University and your Pioneers. Now we will please rise for the opening invocation by Lane Ziegler and then remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's starting lineups, first for Clarke University. Starting at guard, 5'4" junior from East Dubuque, Illinois, number 2, Skylar Goldenson. At the other guard, 5'6" sophomore from Bellevue, Iowa, number 10, Gianna Mickles. At the other guard, 5'10" senior from Farley, Iowa, number 25, Morgan Pitts. At forward, 6'1" senior from Freedom, Wisconsin, number 14, McKenna Hussey. And at the other forward, 5'11" junior from Shopton, Wisconsin, number 33, Tina Ubel. Coached by Tourney. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 5'6" sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri, number 2, Jordan Gonzalez. At the other guard, 5'7" junior from Ashland, Missouri, number 20, Joshon Smith. At forward, 6'1" senior from Lenexa, Kansas, number 22, Mackenzie Lowe. At the other forward, 6-foot freshman from Stillwell, Kansas, number 30, Ariel Sargent. And at center, 6'2" junior from Carl Johnson, Missouri, number 42, Megan Scott. Pioneers are coached by John Lewis, assisted by Natalie Knight Johnson, Nate Edson, and Drew Weefrock. Tonight's referees are Larry Hare, Joel Oswald, and Drew Roberts.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the Bell Family Arena as we are ready for tip-off as the visiting Pride from Clarke University travel into Olathe, Kansas to take on your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers. This is the final game of the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament, so this is for all the marbles right here. Thank you for joining us here on the Pioneer Sports Network. I am Kyle Walker. Joining me, still undefeated as a commentator, Nate Launis. What's up, buddy?
Absolutely. Not a whole lot, man. Excited for a great basketball game. We've got two highly ranked teams in the country. I think Clarke comes in ranked 8th in the nation. It's going to be a great game.
Clarke comes into this. I think I saw they are 14-2 overall. Pioneers 18-3. Clarke had a few more cancellations than did the Pioneers. That happens in this mutant season, surrounded by all the Rona. So we're ready to get underway. Megan Scott in the circle, waiting the tip for the Pioneers, and here we go. And the Pride are going to start with the ball first as we are underway. You'll have to forgive us. After a few years of sitting down at the table, they've put us back up here in the perch. Final game gets more officials and statisticians, so we've been relegated to the upper deck, the Bob Uecker seats.
They put a 4th official down to monitor replay review, is what I'm told.
Okay, there we go. Down to 8 on the shot clock. The first shot attempt, no good. Missed everything. Rebounded by Sargent. Here come the Pioneers. Jordan Gonzalez gets it to Trellshawn Smith. And the Pioneers now with their first chance.
Clarke right away comes out in a 2-3 zone with those guards wide and extended, kind of daring you to go in the middle at their star player, McKenna Haase, sitting there in the paint.
Now Sargent, she's going to hoist a 3. No good. Long rebound. It goes to the Pride, and they're off to the races. 3-on-2 break if they hurry. Layup attempt, no good. Rebounded, though, by the Pride, and a quick whistle. This is going to be on the Pioneers, on Megan Scott. First personal foul for Megan Scott, and the Pioneers can ill afford for their bigs to be in foul trouble.
Especially going up against Haase, who we just mentioned, averaging almost 9 rebounds a game and 14 points a game. I believe she was an All-American a year ago, definitely a first-team All-Conference player, and she's a tough assignment in the post.
Thankfully, the Pioneers have a lot of bigs. Now here's a shot. Ooh, and that's going to be a turnover. Haase had it in her hands and just bobbled it out of bounds. Good defense by Megan Scott. Thought she was going to be beat with the dribble, but able to recover quickly. Still no score. Over a minute gone by here in the first quarter. Trellshawn Smith with it for the Pioneers. High post to Scott. She's going to step back, take the jumper. Too strong, no good. Another rebound for Culbertson, her second of the game already. And here come the Pride. Both teams looking to break this deadlock. Now here's an entry pass taken away by Mackenzie Lowe. Lowe to Smith. Smith has Gonzalez on the right. Gets it to her. Down low to Megan Scott. Scott in the paint. She spins. Fires. It's up and good from the left side. The Pioneers strike first. Culbertson heading up the floor for the Pride, slowing the pace a little bit. I have noticed, even with our no visitor policy, a few Pride fans have snuck through the defense up in the upper deck over there. So the Pride have a few folks in the stands. Here's a little jumper.
Made the long journey down from Dubuque, Iowa. That's about a 7-hour trek.
Woo! Yeah, that's a long way. At least they had a nice day for driving. Pretty day down here. We're all tied up now. 2-piece. Trellshawn Smith with it for the Pioneers. Goes to Megan Scott. Back to Smith. Now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez working left. Comes back right. Gets it to Smith. Smith halfway through the shot clock. Going to step back. 3 on the way. Got it! Trellshawn Smith. 3-pointer good.
The Pioneers unable to penetrate that zone, but again, if you give Trellshawn space on the perimeter, she's been able to knock down shots this whole tournament.
Culberson's going to try and drive. Smith, good defense. Oh, but the Pioneers allow the offensive rebound. Now a save attempt goes to Sargent. Jordan Gonzalez has it all alone on the right. Pass to Mackenzie Lowe in the paint. A lot of contact. No good off the right side. Mackenzie Lowe throws her hands up. Couldn't believe she didn't get a foul call on that. Now quickly the other direction are the Pride. They go down low to Haase. She kicks it out. I think if I remember the first time we played them, and it was early in the season, I was told it's Hazy, like a Z instead of an S. Now Culbertson comes up with 2 points. Pioneers with a 1-point lead. Again, I think Clarke was in here for about our first conference game of the year, first or second. So it was before the holidays, and my memory's just not that good. Now Sargent for 3, no good off the front of the rim.
Very early on in the season, and that's one of Clarke's 2 losses on the year. They are 20-2, looking to avenge one of those early season losses.
Ooh, 20-2. Okay, I was wrong.
14-2 in conference play.
Oh, 14. That's right, got it. Now a foul's going to be called on Megan Scott, and this is what we were talking about. Can ill afford foul trouble for the bigs, and she already has her second. Anna Ralston to the scorer's table, and in she will come.
Yeah, luckily, the Pioneers do have a depth of players that can play that post position. However, talking to Coach Lewis earlier today and yesterday at shoot-around, they feel like Megan Scott is the best matchup for guarding Haase, and so 2 quick fouls here, and she may be done for the first half. We'll have to wait and see.
Kelchin has come in for the Pride, as has, let's see if I can find her, Morgan Pitts. Morgan Pitts has checked in. And the layup attempt by Haase was no good. She will go to the line to shoot 2. If she can make them both, that'll give Clarke their first lead of the afternoon. Evening. It's evening time. First one, no good. The best they can do is tie it up.
68% at the line this year, McKenna. And, she gets there a lot. 80 foul shots. That leads the team by a mile.
80 foul shots. Wow. There we go. Second one is good, and we're tied up at 5 apiece. Smith bringing it up the floor, coming up the left side, near side of your screen, goes to Sargent. Sargent up top to Mackenzie Lowe. Now Smith, far side. Gonzalez has it, top of the key. Going to try and drive. Dishes. Ball got a little elevated. Sargent couldn't come right down with it, so it goes to Mackenzie Lowe. She lost the ball. Ball gets taken away. Turnover by the Pioneers. Now they're going to try and outrun the field, and good defense by Anna Ralston. Hazy was trying to run ahead of the field. Ralston almost looking like a defensive back on the football field. Got her arm up and knocked that pass away. Incomplete. Second down coming up. Pride inbounding from the baseline. They're able to get it in. They work up top. Ball gets knocked free. Mackenzie Lowe able to come up with the steal. So dueling turnovers now, and here comes Trelshawn Smith for the Pioneers. She goes to Jordan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, ooh, that pass was to no one in particular. I know it was in the general direction of Ralston, but right out of her hands. We knew that was going nowhere fast. So another turnover on the Pioneers.
Like what the Pioneers are doing, they're trying to push the pace and get a basket in transition before Clarke can get set up in that matchup zone. Having all kinds of issues in the half court, though, once they get into that zone.
Down to 7, whistle blown. Boy, howdy. That was a quick whistle. Mackenzie Lowe called for her first personal. But yet another Pioneer big collecting a foul. Now Lydia Austinson is going to head to the scorer's table. She will check in. And Trelshawn Smith is going to get a breather, and you know she'll be back on the floor quickly. Trelshawn has really been coming on late for the Pioneers, especially in tournament time. There is no better time to get hot. Now the Pride down to 15 on the shot clock. Still working, balls at the top of the key. Jordan Gonzalez staying matched up quite well. Fights through the screen, illegal screen, and that's going to be a foul on McKenna Hazy.
McKenna Hazy. That's her first team foul.
And if you happen to be a Clarke fan and you're watching, you'll see that we have this free chat room feature. Please feel free to let us know who you're rooting for, who your player is, and if I'm butchering a name. It's always helpful. And then Pioneer fans, of course, let us know you're watching. Cheer for your team. Last home game of the season right here. Now, Mackenzie Lowe goes to Ralston. Ralston dribbles away. Long pass, dangerous, but it gets to Austinson. She goes down low. Mackenzie Lowe, little hook in the paint. Shooter's bounce, and then it goes for 2.
Interesting coaching decision out of the Clarke Pride there to get out of that zone. Maybe they're going to match up man-to-man when Megan Scott's out of the game and try to keep McKenna Hazy out of foul trouble.
It's not a bad idea. Hazy is matched up with Ralston. Ralston, a more than solid player for the Pioneers, but not the offensive threat that Megan Scott is. Now, Lydia Austinson trying to come over on the help side defense, commits the foul. Hazy's shot is good, and she's going to the line for the potential three-point play.
Yeah, and right away we see Megan out of the game, and Anna Ralston does a great job battling on the defensive end, but Hazy just a little bit more size, pushed her up the lane, and a nice feed to the basket, and converts on the N1.
Free throw up and good. I am noticing he's here, but where's the whoops? The Birdman might be saving himself for the second half of action.
Smart play. Wait for the second half.
Yeah,
Game's on the line.
absolutely. Well, they'll be right down in his area for the second half. So I like it. Save yourself, Birdman. Good move by Gonzalez. Long pass. Gets it to Mackenzie Lowe. Double team comes. Lowe dribbles baseline. Her shot is up. Too strong. Can't get the rebound, and it bounces out to the Pride. Pioneers defense racing back. Ralston, good defense, able to chase down. Well, that wasn't Hazy. That was Kelchin who was trying to outrun the Pioneers. But either way, Ralston with her step for step. So now Mackenzie Lowe is going to take a seat. Irvin comes in. Gonzalez is going to get a rest, and Trelshawn Smith returns. Looks like we got a few of your players walking around down there.
Yeah, I saw Drew Smith and Patrick Cairns here supporting the ladies tonight. It's good to see.
Here's a drive, trying to get around Ralston. Good defense by Ralston. Wild shot, no good. Ball bounced around. And now Irvin wrestles it away. Good play by Irvin. Gets it to Austinson. Austinson heading to the rim. She's fouled, and it's good. Austinson takes it up strong, gets the hoop and the horn. She will go to the line now for the potential three-point play.
What a great finish from Lydia Austinson. Goes off of both feet, absorbs the contact, was not phased at all by the contact, finished right through it. Gets a chance at a three-point play the tough way. Love to see that.
I tell you, she went up against Kelchin. Kelchin has a lot of size on her. Austinson not afraid to go in amongst the trees. Free throw from Austinson. No good. A little short, off the left side of the rim. Pioneers with the slim 1-point lead, 9-8. As we're coming down to the later stages of the first quarter. Here's a drive. Driving all the way through are the Pride. They dish it up top. Trying to conduct that half-court offense. Their half-court offense takes its time. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Here's a shot. Wild shot in the paint. No good. Rebounded by Trellshawn Smith. Smith is ahead of the field. 2 Pride players chasing her. Someone's got to be open. It's Sargent. Sargent couldn't catch it clean, so was going to just keep possession of the ball. Goes back to Smith. Irving coming up to set the screen. Goes around the screen. Pull-up jumper. Oh, no good. Rebounded by the Pride. That was Tina Ubel able to come down with that board. The Pride certainly have some size of their own with Ubel on the floor. Kelchin also, who's not on the floor but has been in. So they match up well with the Pioneers height-wise. And this is Culbertson just trying to create. Drives, dishes, ball work around the perimeter. Open 3 on the way. Too strong. Big rebound. And Trellshawn Smith comes down with another one. Smith across half court. Ralston wanted it down low, but she's going to come out and set the screen. Nope, they're going to give it to Ralston. Hands it right back off to Smith. Smith to Austinson. Austinson had a little bit of a step. Wild shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. Didn't hit the rim. High post to Ralston. Ralston gets it knocked out of her hands. Turnaround jumper. That's going to miss everything. Ralston forced that shot. She had 3 more seconds than she thought she did.
I think maybe for a second there, Anna might have thought that we had a shot clock reset and then realized that there was no reset and we may have panicked just a little bit. Had a little more time, but give us a chance to have a dead ball turnover. You'll take that every day of the week as a coach over a live ball turnover. Get back and set your defense.
Yeah, no transition buckets off that. And if there is, you've done something really wrong.
Worst thing about the dead ball is it allowed McKenna Haase back into the game, which is trouble for the Pioneers.
Yep, she's matched up right now with Irvin. Drives, dishes it out. 3 in the way. Oh, Anna Ralston says nay. Your 3-point shot is no good here.
Great response from Anna. Have an error on the offensive end. Go make a hustle play on the defensive end. You love that.
More changes being made by both sides. Both sides quick to the bench, keeping fresh legs in. For the Pioneers, Gonzalez returns and Austinson takes a seat. And I'm sorry, I did not catch all the changes made by the Pride. 2 new players on the floor. They go down low, knocked away by Ralston. The ball is loose. This should be a shot clock violation, and indeed it is. So everyone can take a moment, catch their breath. The Pioneers will inbound from the sideline, as that is a shot clock violation on Clarke. We getting anything fun over in the chat room there?
Yeah, the Clarke Pride well represented in the chat room.
All right.
John Murphy of the Clarke football team tuned in. Jim Blaine, the head coach of the men's basketball team, tuned in watching. And
welcome,
a couple others supporting Emma Kelchin from afar. So good to have you guys with us for the broadcast tonight.
Trellshawn Smith with a pull-up jumper again. This is about 17 feet out. No good. Rebounded by Clarke, and then a pass taken away by Gonzalez. And the foul was committed to prevent the transition offense. McDermott will be called for the personal. Yeah, with our setup up here, you've got to be on chat room duty because I'm all the way over here now.
Yeah, although Tyler Willis has predicted Clarke by 90. I don't like that prediction.
Clarke by 90? You know, I'll take that bet. What are the odds? I'll put a 10 spot down on it. $10.
And then Clarke has fallen back into that zone. It's a 2-1-2 at the beginning, but after the initial pass, it drops into a 2.
Ariel Sargent beats the zone. The 3-point shot from the baseline.
I mean, all tournament long, she's knocked down open shots, hasn't she?
She has. And she a freshman, started very slow in the season. I mean, being 100% honest. But she has really been picking up, and she's been getting used to the offense and the players, and she's really come along this season. Good hands by Jordan Gonzalez to poke the ball free. Pride still has it, but they're under 10 on their shot clock. Kelchin, not where she wants to be, too far away from the bucket. Here's a drive by Culbertson, runs into Ralston, 1 second. That's a shot clock violation.
What a defensive possession. Ball never got into the paint, and the crowd is going nuts. This is as loud as I've heard the Cook Center all year.
Oh, it's glorious hearing it sound like this. I'm going to be real honest.
Oh, man.
It's been a strange year, but I love hearing the folks yelling.
Yeah, it certainly has been. It's been tough on players, coaches, everybody to play in front of these empty arenas, but You're just proud for both of these teams. The girls have worked so hard to get to a championship game that they get an environment with some fans and some energy. It's good to see.
It is. Timeout on the floor. This was called by the coach of Clarke. 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. 12-8 in favor of the Pioneers. So that 90-point loss not looking real good right now. But there's still a lot of game left.
Looks like Clarke may come out of this timeout into a little bit of a press.
They're sure showing one right now.
A lot of times you'll drop back into that zone, and the Pioneers have struggled against the zone except for that last possession where we got a paint touch off of a dribble penetration. Man or zone, paint touch kills you, and a kick out to a good shooter in Ariel Sargent. See if we can do that again.
Here comes the trap at midfield, center court. Jeez, I'm wearing my sporting stuff. Soccer's on the brain, apparently. Pioneers were able to get that across. I'd say Clarke didn't really put their full effort into that trap. Backed off quickly.
A little bit of a soft press.
Yeah. Here's a drive. Ooh, little scoop shot. No good by Sargent. Rebounded by Clarke. They're going to have last shot here in the first quarter. Down to 10. Culbertson driving, hesitation step, goes in there. First shot is blocked. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. Short off the front of the rim. No good. Ball free in front. And now Gonzalez will have a heave. Nope, too late.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So that is the end of the first quarter, everybody. 12-8 is your score after what was a pretty quick and well-played first quarter of basketball.
Yeah, pretty clean quarter. Pioneers won't be thrilled with that last possession. After an offensive rebound, ball was kicked out to Morgan Pitts, who's a 37% three-point shooter, so don't want to see her get any more uncontested looks. But outside of the early foul trouble for Megan Scott, a pretty clean first quarter.
Only 4 team fouls for the Pioneers on that one, 3 for Clarke. So far, the officials have mostly swallowed their whistles. And again, it's championship game, so that is as it should be, in my most humble opinion.
I'm not positive of this, but I think the score is 8-12.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Clarke is ranked 8th in the country, and the Pioneers ranked 12th in the country.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Unbelievable.
Basketball's a funny game, isn't it?
Sure is.
Okay, so going back to what we were talking about with just how weird the season has been, what have you guys done in practice to kind of account for the lack of fans or lack of energy? What did you guys do to counteract that?
We talked about it a lot, and we'd emphasize having energy on the bench and guys bringing their own energy every day. I don't know how you simulate bringing energy to a game, but certainly just by point of emphasis and making it a talking point. I thought our bench players did a nice job of providing energy to the guys on the floor and getting excited, celebrating plays. But, if you're a competitor and they're keeping score, you can't use that as an excuse. You got to go out and play hard. And I think most teams have really done a good job of that, but it's definitely an adjustment.
Yeah, it's definitely been strange, even from a broadcasting perspective. Although I have not had a problem with there not being fans directly behind me when I'm sitting at the table.
Sure.
Someone walking by and bumping the back of my head. So the Pioneers begin the second quarter with the ball. Back in that zone defense, and there's a turnover. Gonzalez's entry pass to Ralston taken away by the defense of the Pride. And now they'll be able to strike first here in the second quarter. Oh, ball got knocked loose. Ralston couldn't come up with it. Hazy still with it.
Hannah aggressively denying Hazy the ball at the top of the key, and she's not a three-point threat, but they don't want her to touch it at all.
Well, if we think back to our last game, where we went up against the Conference Player of the Year, Mackenzie Lowe did an outstanding job shutting her down, and it was just denying her the ball wherever she roamed.
Yep.
And now with 1 second on the shot clock, a layup right at the front of the rim. That was knocked down by Morgan Pitts, who was able to come up with 2 points. That was good patience by Clarke. After 2 shot clock violations, they didn't panic on that possession and were able to get the 2 points.
Very patient offense.
Now here's an entry pass knocked away, but the Pioneers are going to keep it. They go Ralston, high post. She kicks it to Sargent. Sargent drives, dishes. Gonzalez for 3. No good. And rebounded by the Pride. Gonzalez left that one a little short. I can't read what you're saying, but I do see a lot of chat over in the chat room. That's awesome.
Yeah, LaShonda Roberts supporting Trelshawn Smith from Mount Pleasant, Iowa. We love to see that. Have some McDermott fans here from Clarke. A Courtney Boyd fan in the house.
Now we've got a loose ball. They should call it time. No, able to wrestle it away was Morgan Pitts. So this possession stays alive for the Pride. Ralston had the ball on a rebound, but just kind of spiked it into the ground, and it got free. So keeping it alive, 5 seconds left. They dish it out. Pitts with it, and hoist up some, definitely not the shot that she wanted.
Yet another late shot clock shot from Clarke.
There we go. Pioneers in transition, able to draw the foul. Ariel Sargent will go to the line. Gianna, let's see,
Mickles, I believe.
Mickles. Is that who they called it on though? I was assuming. Okay, yeah, it was on Mickles. I'm sorry. I thought I heard the PA announcer announce somebody else.
Yeah. Good job by Ariel Sargent to run the floor there and get us an opportunity for a basket in transition, because we have struggled with that zone. It's an interesting zone. The guards are really extended, and they keep someone at the foul line initially. So it looks like a 2-1-2, but dirty little secret about every zone in the history of basketball. It's all a 2-3 after the first pass.
And there we go. The free throw missed, but Anna Ralston able to come up with an offensive rebound. So the Pioneers are going to have a chance to add to this. Up 3, Smith with it. Got stuck, pass tipped. Ralston chases one down again. She is Anna on the spot right now. They go down low. Mackenzie Lowe has it, and she's fouled with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. So Mackenzie Lowe is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Mickles called for yet another personal. That's 2 on back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, that turns out to be a big possession for the Pioneers. Even if we only come away with 1 point, a starting backcourt player for the Pride picks up 2 personal fouls.
First free throw from Lowe is good. Thankfully, in my playing time, I would never know what it was like to get 2 fouls on back-to-back possessions. Nope, wouldn't have a clue. Second shot good. Mackenzie Lowe able to knock them both down. Pioneers extending their lead by 5, 15-10. Still tons of time left here in the second quarter. Certainly not crowning anyone at this moment. Not with a 5-point lead against this Pride team. Boy, this is a patient offense. I don't think they've shot it unless it was transition with anything more than, under 10 seconds. There's a shot missed, rebounded by Smith.
Yeah, definitely an offense centered around their post players, and they're doing a good job of making it a tough catch on Hazy and some of the other post players early, and I hope to see that continue.
Mackenzie Lowe has it underneath. They're not bringing that double team. Nice post move. Boy, I heard some contact. No call. That's normally the stuff that gets the Coach Lewis foot stomp, but that play did not warrant one. Color me shocked.
Yeah, Tina Ubell gets credit for the block there and did a good job staying vertical, and from as far away as we are, I can't tell if she got the ball or the arm.
Well, I mean, we can be total homers and say that she got everything.
Absolutely.
She got every piece of Mackenzie Lowe. That should be like 3 fouls all at once, but not so much.
Blatant miscall.
Blatant, oh my goodness. Here's a missed shot by Mackenzie Lowe, rebounded. Culbertson brings it up the floor. Both sides have gone just a little cold. Oh, this is going to not work out well for the Pioneers. Anna Ralston was trying to front Hazy. The pass was able to get over the top of her. She commits the foul just to deny the easy layup for Hazy. Now Hazy's going to take a seat, and Kelchin checks back in.
And Anna breathes a sigh of relief.
Although Kelchin, no picnic.
Oh, absolutely not.
Listed at 6 foot, and she looks every bit of it.
And Kelchin a more of a threat from the outside, where Hazy will do all of her damage in the paint. Kelchin will step out and shoot the 3 as well.
Oh, got free off a screen. 3 on the way, nothing but net. That was knocked down by McDermott, and her eyes had to have lit up when she saw how open she was off that inbound play. 15-13, Pioneer lead.
I think it might be a law. Anyone with the last name McDermott is an excellent three-point shooter.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's a drive reverse layup, no good. Austinson going for the highlight reel layup. Couldn't quite connect. Now a long pass into the corner. Traveling call. No. Well, what was it? A foul call?
Offensive foul.
Interesting.
Who did they even call that on?
That's her first 13 foul.
Van Zeeland.
Ariel Sargent.
Boy, that was away from the ball. I didn't see it. I don't even have a recollection of looking in her direction. Wow.
Yeah, interesting, because the official right next to the ball carrier
is
the one who called the foul, but it had to be an off-ball foul.
Yeah, that's where I was confused. Not that confusing me is difficult. Smith with it. Inside the three-point line. That shot's too strong. Irvin got cleared out. Boy, Kelchin controlling the paint for the Pride right now. They're going to go down low again to Hazy. And another foul on Anna Ralston. She's got to be real careful in this fronting. They're finding the way over the top of her. And nobody's coming from the help side to knock that away.
That's her second personal.
So second personal on Ralston, and that gets Mackenzie Lowe heading back into the ballgame.
Mackenzie Lowe.
And so far, McKenzie, who's done an excellent job defending in this tournament, has not been matched up with McKenna, and she still is not. They're going to have Jalen Irvin guarded.
Athletic-wise, I think Irvin matches up well. She's a very athletic big.
Yes.
And we're about to find out, as she's fronting Hazy right now, so they haven't changed that philosophy. They go to Hazy. She hands it back off, drive, and a travel call. I believe that's correct. Just one step too many for McDermott as she was trying to get to the rim, trying to sidestep all the Pioneer bigs. One step too far. We're still 15-13. This has been a very defensive first half of basketball. Definitely not the offensive explosion we had the last time the Pioneers played. Here's a shot up and good. Two-pointer from about 16 feet out. Mackenzie Lowe, Player of the Year runner-up, knocks it down for 2 points. Although after what she did against the actual Player of the Year, can we just switch the award? Is it too late for that?
If there was some debate prior to the semifinal game, the debate is over.
There was debate. Mainly by Pioneer fans, we'll be real honest. Sure. But there was debate.
30-second timeout, Pioneers.
And I take nothing away from Pisney, who is a very good player.
Had an unbelievable season.
Well, amazing season. I was actually looking because I wanted to argue it more, but Pisney led in points.
Statistics.
So, yeah, she led that, but in rebounds, assists, and blocks, it was Mackenzie Lowe. But she was behind her in points. So, whoever votes, I don't know. Do you know who votes? Who votes for that stuff?
Yeah, it's the head coaches in the conference.
The coaches in the conference, so they felt that Pisney had more of an influence on her team than Mackenzie Lowe, huh?
Yeah, and maybe you look at sometimes on a team like the Pioneers who play 9 or 10 people, every once in a while, a team with that much depth, sometimes that sacrifices individual awards, and I'm sure McKenzie will take a conference championship over an individual award.
Absolutely. So with that was just a quick 30-second timeout called by Coach Lewis for the Pioneers. We are up 17-13, 4:38 remaining in the second quarter, so we're ticking down to halftime. Again, been a very good first half of basketball for both squads. Very good defense being played by both sides. Kinsey Lowe with it, triple teamed. Her pass did not have enough muster to get out to Austinson. It's taken away by McDermott. And here come the Pride. McDermott trying to get around Austinson, drives. Woo, that back foot drug, but she passes it away. Heads up play by McDermott. They get it right back to her. She's driving in the paint. Shot is up, and Jalen Irvin erases it. I mean, she didn't even swat it. She just came down with it.
Just caught it, yeah. I don't know if that's a steal or a block. Maybe give her both.
I'm calling it, both is good. I'll go with a block if I have to choose. Now Irvin, though, lost it, trying to get it back. Good luck with this, officials. I don't know who was last to touch. They're going to say last touch by the Pride.
You never want coaches keeping your statistics, because I remember playing here and Coach Fleming in a film session, if I had an errant pass, would give me 2 turnovers. And that was a travel and so many times.
Sargent now looking, gets it into Irvin. Irvin over to Austinson. She's got a 3 on the way. Oh, no good, just missed. That's spun away, rebounded by the Pride.
Someone in the chat room that not only supports Shannon Pisney for Player of the Year, but wants Shannon for President.
Shannon for President?
Yeah.
Given our options over the last several elections, I'm on board.
She's got my vote.
I'm on board. Sargent with it. She's going to take a 3. No good. Pioneers are getting cold right now. Only up by 2. And Clarke with the ball. Ahead of the field is Hazy. Her layup, no good though. Rebounded by Mackenzie Lowe. I thought Irvin was toast on that play, but she recovered well. So they're either taking the shot clock down to 2, or they're shooting it like within the first 5 seconds of the shot clock. And now there's going to be a foul on the Pioneers. They did not allow a place to land for the rebounder for the Pride. Mackenzie Lowe tried her hand at a 3-point shot. She's not having any more luck than anyone else right now. And so Irvin's called for the personal. Jordan Gonzalez comes back in. Lydia Austinson takes a seat. 17-15 Pioneers, 2:58 remaining in the second quarter. McDermott up the floor. Trelshawn Smith awaits her. If you're watching the Pioneer game, their last one, Trelshawn Smith got rattled towards the end of the game. Wow, what a move by Hazy. Nothing Irvin can do. That was just a great post move. So Smith, after leaving the game injured, been playing a lot of minutes, appears to be no ill effects after the few-day rest. So we're tied up at 17 now. Hazi's on low. The double team comes. The pass to Gonzalez is just taken away by McDermott. McDermott feeds it to the side. Layup up and good. And here's the first lead, I believe, for Clarke. This is Ubel able to come up with 2 points. And the Pioneers, they have hit a patch of ice because they are on a cold stretch right now. Whistle blown. What do we got going on here? Ooh, this is on Hazi.
Yeah, that's a big call.
That's a big call.
Kinsey Lowe and McKenna Hazi battling for position on the block. Looked like good, clean post play to me, but pick up a whistle, and Hazi will probably sit for the remainder of the half.
Yep, I had my eyes out where the ball carrier was, so I did not see the action underneath. Pioneers are able to get that into Irvin. Back to Sargent. Down low to Mackenzie Lowe. Lowe's going to take on Ubel. Her shot is up and spins off the side of the rim. Mackenzie Lowe can't buy a bucket right now.
Yeah, she looks frustrated, but you cannot be discouraged with that look, and we've got to continue to go to her inside if we're going to have some success against this Clarke defense.
McDermott drives, tries to kick it out to Culbertson. Pass got tipped a little bit, just enough to get it offline. Possession still alive for Clarke. Ubel going to try and drive, backdoor cut, whistle blown, travel called. And I believe this is on Ubel. The travel occurred before the pass. So Ubel with the turnover. Gonzalez will inbound into Smith, but keep your eye on Clarke as here they come in the backcourt.
Coach Lewis taking a gamble of putting Megan Scott back in the game. Hopefully she can.
Oh, dangerous pass by Smith and taken away. Layup on the other end, no good. Megan Scott able to come up with the rebound. Ooh, Pioneers fortunate.
And Megan will have an advantage inside here as long as she can't pick up her third foul.
Let's see if the Pioneers can get it to her. Scott is on the near side of your screen. Smith goes to her. She's got it in the post. Backs down her defender. Boy, contact, and there's the whistle. Boy, that whistle came late. I thought he wasn't going to call it.
Pioneers waste no time getting Megan Scott a post catch.
Absolutely not. So with that, Megan Scott going to the line. She's going to shoot 2. The Pioneers trailing by 2 with 1:12 remaining before the half.
That's her second personal. 15 foul. Megan Scott at the line shooting 2.
Someone in the chat is asking who would win in an arm wrestling match between Clarke's head coach, Coach Boyd, and Coach Lewis.
I got to take a wash on that one. Like
yeah,
that's even.
I will not venture a guess.
No, that's even money right there. Second free throw, no good. Ball battered around, and the Pride are going to chase it down. So the Pioneers now trailing by 1, 19-18, 1:05 remaining. Culbertson up the floor. Trelshawn Smith awaits her. Culbertson working right, all alone on the right side. Now brings it to the top of the key. They go left side to McDermott. McDermott still with it, going to try and drive. Oh, errant pass, was trying to hit a cutting player underneath. Taken away by the Pioneers. Megan Scott with it. Takes it to the hoop for 2. Megan Scott goes up strong from the right side, comes up with 2 points, and the Pioneers reclaim the lead at 20-19. Game clock and shot clock are separated by 10 seconds.
Instant offense, Megan Scott. Checks in, 3 quick points.
Good defense by Scott, not allowing the foul. Outlet pass to Gonzalez. She's able to chase it down.
One shot, Jordan.
Yep, Gonzalez is going to pull things out, get it to Smith, and we're going to hold for last shot of the half. Pioneers up by 1, 10 seconds left, and here we go. Gonzalez to Lowe. Double team comes. Lowe hands it off to Smith. Smith working to her left to Sargent. Down to 2. Somebody's got to hoist one. No time. And the Pioneers kind of squandered their last opportunity of the half, which is unfortunate to see. But we're going into halftime. A very well played first half from both squads. The Pioneers are ahead 20-19. Halftime is set for 15 minutes. We'll come back in about 13 minutes and bring you first half stats once those are all finalized and ready for you. So go ahead and refill your beverage, grab yourself another bowl of popcorn, and we'll be back in 13 minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got about a minute and a half left here in halftime, so we're going to go over the first half stats. Here's Nate.
Yeah, the slow-paced first half, and as far as scoring goes, 20-19 in favor of the Pioneers. But Pioneers led in scoring by Mackenzie Lowe with 6 and Megan Scott with 5. And Clarke led in scoring by McKenna Haase, who has 8 points and 4 rebounds. A good first half from her. Clarke leads on the rebounding battle, 25-15. You don't see the Pioneers out-rebounded much less by double digits. So big advantage on the boards from Clarke. Clarke just 1 of 5 from three-point line. Nicole McDermott knocked down her only attempt from 3. The Pioneers 2 for 8 from beyond the arc. Ariel Sargent 1 for 4 from out there, and Trelshawn Smith knocked down her only three-point attempt. But Clarke shooting just 31% from the floor. Pioneers just 27% from the floor, in a defensive battle here for the first 20 minutes of play, and looking forward to a fun second half.
Well, and you said it. You knew that zone being played by Clarke was going to be an issue for the Pioneers. They had been preparing for it, and yeah, it's absolutely given them fits. But over on the other side, though, the Pioneers are playing excellent defense. They've caused at least 2 or 3 shot clock violations.
They forced 12 turnovers, which is a big number for the half.
12 turnovers for just the first half. So we're really expecting a great second half of basketball between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Clarke did a great job of switching up their defenses. They stayed in that zone quite a bit, but they'd come out of a timeout and show a token press, or they'd go back to their man-to-man against certain matchups, and done a really nice job stymieing the offense, and look to see some adjustments from Coach Lewis here in the second half.
A lot of this is going to come down to foul trouble. We know Megan Scott for the Pioneers with 2, and then McKenna Haase over on the other side with 2. So worth noting that 2 of the focal points of both sides' offense in foul trouble. Well, no, I wouldn't say foul trouble at this point, but they had their time limited in the first half due to fouls. There we go. Better way to say it.
Yeah, Pioneers took a little bit of a gamble, played Megan the last 2 minutes of that first half, and she did a great job playing solid without picking up a third foul, and gave us a spark offensively. Scored a couple big baskets, much needed.
We caught up on everything in the chat room over the break. Thank you, everyone, for participating and keeping it mildly positive. Nobody's throwing out bad words, so we're going to call it good.
Absolutely. Always fun to have people watching.
Oh, it's a blast. It's a blast.
In a great championship game.
All right. Clarke with the ball. They'll have the chance to strike first. There's a shot 15 feet out, up and good. That was a heck of a shot. Well done by Ubel. So Ubel gets Clarke on top. Pioneers go to Mackenzie Lowe. She kicks it out. Sargent didn't take the 3, drives, dishes to Megan Scott. Scott in the paint, heading to the rim. Her layup is up and good from the front of the rim.
Strong take from Megan, goes right to the front of the rim and lays it in.
So now Clarke trailing by 1. We've got a lot of back and forth going on the scoreboard right now.
Same set from Clarke. They're going to go high post to Ubel, and then here comes that little elbow ball screen from Haase.
Ooh, now a foul called. Who are they going to get for this one? Jordan Gonzalez, nope, Mackenzie Lowe called for the personal.
22, Mackenzie Lowe. That's your second, first team foul.
So second personal foul on Mackenzie Lowe. It was on the floor. So Clarke will inbound from their baseline. They have 20 seconds on their shot clock. Looking. Ooh, long pass. Sargent not able to get into it. Oh, and a foul's going to be called on Ariel Sargent. Oh, that's a tough call. So maybe the officials made their adjustment in halftime and said they want to pick up their foul calls.
Yeah, there's definitely some contact there, but on a pass thrown that high in the air, both players have a right to the ball. And, Ariel maybe didn't give her space to land, but, tough 50-50 call.
So Clarke, they are now down to 10 on the shot clock. 3 on the way. Short, rebounded by Trelshawn Smith. Pioneers with a chance. 1 point lead. Smith to Sargent. Sargent down low. Dangerous pass to Mackenzie Lowe. Off of her fingertips it goes and out of bounds. Sargent was just trying to gun it down there before the defense could catch up, but there was a lot of heat on that pass.
Yeah, it's the right idea. Get a rim runner in transition. Try to get a deep post catch early before they can set up that half-court defense, but unable to convert that time.
Here's a drive. Trying to drive on Scott. Haase shot. Scott absolutely got a piece. That's a block credited to Megan Scott. So, Sargent was open. They couldn't get it to her, though. Smith slowing the pace just a little bit. Goes to Mackenzie Lowe. Back to Smith. Now to Lowe. Lowe's open. Top of the key. Shot too strong. She was inside the three-point line. I'd say more often than not, Mackenzie Lowe will hit that shot. Just couldn't get it to drop this time. Too strong. Now McDermott, put a great move on Sargent. Step back jumper, up and good for 2. What's the term? She had Sargent on roller skates on that one.
Yeah, nice, pretty step back move there from Morgan Pitts, able to knock down the jumper, and Clarke right back into that zone.
They go down low. Megan Scott, she's going to muscle up a shot, gets her own rebound. Oh, too strong on the follow. Ball battered around, and here comes the Clarke. The Clarke, the pride of Clarke. How about that? Open for 3 on the way. Good! Clarke's on a run.
Yeah, you knew that one was going in as soon as she caught it. She just hit a tough step back and then follows it up with an uncontested rhythm 3, knocked down by Morgan Pitts.
Now timeout called by Coach Lewis of the Pioneers. He wants to talk things over as the Clarke lead has expanded to 4 rather quickly here in the opening moments of the third quarter. I'm going to turn us down a little bit. We seem really loud. That's better. Or maybe it's just their bench that's really loud.
Yeah. Definitely more volume in the Cook Center tonight than what we've been having all season long.
Yeah, boy, that's no kidding.
In the gym.
So we're still 7:25 left here in the third quarter. 4-point lead for Clarke, 26-22 here in this championship game for the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament. Now, I have not heard. Have you heard? What are the plans for national postseason?
So in a crazy year, first year that the NAI has gone to all one division for basketball. So there's supposed to be a 64-team tournament, just like in the NCAA. But because of COVID and certain restrictions, they've cut that field down to 48. They're going to have a 48-team national tournament. It's broken up into regionals or arcs, and there's about 8 of those. And then the final 16 teams remaining will all go to one site and play the final tournament with those 16.
Whew.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on right there.
It's a mess. But I think both of these teams are firmly planted in that national tournament.
Yes. Despite our... hold on a second.
The people in the balcony need to sit down. People in the balcony by the railings need to sit down, please. Thank you.
There we go. We've got a notice to the people in the balcony to sit down. We got some folks standing along the rail. And look at them scurrying to their seats. Not really. Here's a turnover on the Pioneers. So now Clarke with the ball. The Pioneers coming out of that timeout and then turning it over. I'm sure Coach Lewis is absolutely thrilled with that development.
Yeah, Pioneers just 6 turnovers in the first half and have come out with 3 so far here early in the third quarter.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Shot 15 feet out. 2-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Megan Scott.
Great box out from Megan.
They go ahead to Jordan Gonzalez. Back to Smith. Ralston fighting for position down in the post. Mackenzie Lowe taking a breather right now. They go to Scott underneath. Scott shot. Too strong. Couldn't get her own rebound. Had it in her hand. Got it knocked free. Scott chasing the play down. It's 5-on-4 if they hurry. And Scott now able to recover. They go underneath. Scott comes over to grab Hazy. Hazy's shot, no good. And no foul called. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Hazy's shot.
Clarke, number 22.
That was Ubel. My apologies.
Number 5, Nicole McDermott.
What did you think of that last non-call right there?
Yeah, it looked to be a lot of contact from where I'm sitting, but they don't pay me enough to officiate games.
I understand that completely. And now we've got a whistle on the Pioneers. They're going to get Anna Ralston pushing through a screen. So Ralston's going to take a seat. Mackenzie Lowe checking in.
May have been a makeup call there for the miss.
Maybe. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, actually, Megan Scott and Anna Ralston take a seat. Jalen Irvin and Mackenzie Lowe come back onto the floor. Still the 4-point lead for Clarke. I think 4 is their largest lead of the day. Only 5 is the largest lead for the Pioneers so far in this game. So it's been very close from start to finish here. Now Jordan Gonzalez called for a personal foul. Boy, the officials really did have a talk with themselves, didn't they? Saying they needed to pick up their foul calls.
Yeah, they're certainly trying to clean it up just a little bit in the paint.
I really didn't think it was getting out of hand. Now McDermott's going to try and drive. Good drive, left side, no good. Long rebound, and Smith for the Pioneers, able to chase it down. Smith heading to the rim. Shot on the left side, no good. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Great move in transition there by Trelshawn. She comes down with the rebound, takes it coast to coast, has the defender on her heels, and is able to shake and bake right to left, gets all the way to the rim. See if she can convert those 2 at the free throw line.
Skylar Culbertson called for the personal foul. Again, Smith at the line shooting 2. Pioneers down by 4. First shot on the way. Rattles home.
Really important for a scorer who is, not necessarily struggling, but not off to a hot start as far as points on the board to get to the free throw line early and see if Trelshon can get herself going here.
Yeah, Trelshon only at 4 points so far in this game. Second attempt, got them both.
Coach Blaine chiming in, telling us that the women's Final 16 is going to be played in Sioux City.
Sioux City, Iowa.
Final site for the Final 16 women's team. Probably at the Tyson Event Center, which is a great place to play.
Here's a drive. Boy, able to beat Sargent off the dribble. And that was Nicole McDermott with 2 more points. And nothing Sargent could do on that one. McDermott was around her quickly. The zone given the fits to the Pioneers. Smith working right to left, left to right. Now they go to Mackenzie Lowe. And fortunate, the pass was knocked away. And out of bounds it goes. Last touch by the Pride. Lydia Austenson's going to check in. Who's going to leave? Ariel Sargent will take a seat. We'll say one benefit from being up here is I don't have Coach Lewis screaming in my ear. I don't miss it. Gonzalez open for 3 on the way. Oh, no good. Too short. And rebounded by the Pride. The Pioneers have to get back because Clarke heading up the floor. They've got numbers. The drive. The kick out. McDermott going to try and take Mackenzie Lowe off the dribble. Goes left. Runs into Irvin. Ball gets poked free. Jordan Gonzalez comes up with it for the Pioneers. So the Pioneers fortunate to cause that turnover. They were kind of discombobulated from the start on that play. Ooh, good move by Gonzalez. Dishes out to Austenson. Austenson works left around the screen from Lowe. Still working left, trying to turn the corner. Lost the ball. Last touched by Clarke University.
Helter-skelter few possessions here. A lot of batted balls and deflections, and neither team really in an offensive rhythm right now.
Hazy comes back into the game. She is the leader on the floor with just 8 points for both sides. So still nobody able to really catch fire in the ball game or in this quarter. Irvin to Gonzalez. They're looking for Mackenzie Lowe in the post. Hazy doing a good job D'ing her up. Austenson's going to drive. A lot of contact. Ball stripped away. Jalen Irvin racing back, and is able to get in the passing lane, but lost the ball. Oh, Irvin was there, but it goes right to Ubel, and Ubel comes up with 2 points. 6 points now, the largest lead of the day for Clarke University. Gonzalez looking. Trying to get somebody moving. They go to Smith. Smith's pass taken away, but there was a foul underneath, and this is going to be on Hazy.
And McKenna can't believe it. I think that's her 3rd foul.
That is her 3rd.
And all 3 of them have come away from the basketball. 2 of them battling for position in the post and 1 moving screen.
And if you look, the Pioneers have put Megan Scott back in, so with Hazy leaving the floor with that 3rd personal, Pioneers might see if Megan Scott can start to feast underneath. Picking her up will be Emma Kelchin.
Pioneers definitely need her to be a spark here.
Lowe with it. Great move. Layup left side up and good. What a move by Mackenzie Lowe. Pioneers, though, they need a stop and a bucket. Still trailing by 4, 30-26. Here's a step back 3. No good. The rebound, though, stays with Clarke. Ubel has it. Mackenzie Lowe trying to pick her up. Oh, what a tough luck call on Lowe. Oh, man.
And that's 3 personal fouls on Mackenzie as well.
The 3rd personal for Mackenzie Lowe.
That's her 3rd personal, 5th team foul.
And so we're already in the bonus in this quarter. Well, at least Clarke University is. So they're at the line on fouls from this point on. Now the Birdman's going. First free throw, no good off the right side. Ubel's first free throw, no good. She'll have 1 more. Second shot on the way. Got it.
I wonder if Ryan has to train his voice or if he has a sore throat after every game. I don't know how you prepare yourself for that kind of work.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know.
But he's consistent every single night.
You can always count on Birdman. It was really weird at the start of the season when he couldn't be here, just due to Rona protocols and things. So we played a couple games without him, and it was odd. Here comes the trap. Look at Trelshon Smith dribbling away from it. It's good work. But the Pioneers are halfway through their shot clock. Smith driving in the paint, spins, fires, no good. Megan Scott with the rebound, and she's fouled. Kelchin's going to be called for the personal.
Foul number 22, Emma Kelchin.
Yeah, great work from the Pioneers to stay with that missed shot from Trelshawn Smith at the rim. We're going to need some offensive rebounds as well as this first shot defense has been from Clarke. And again, Clarke with the 10 rebound advantage in the first half and looking to pick up the offensive boards here.
First shot from Megan Scott up and good. She'll have one more. And second one good. Megan Scott knocks them both down. Cuts the Clarke lead to 3 with 3:28 remaining in the third quarter. And now Megan Scott, tips it away. Austinson comes up with the steal. Austinson ahead of the field. Going right side. Layup is up. It's good, but offensive foul called. What a shot from Lydia Austinson, but she is called for the offensive foul. So that takes points off the board there.
I contend that if they changed the motion for a charge call to something less cool than punching the air, you'd see a lot more blocks. But officials are really into themselves when they get a chance to call an offensive foul.
So in my many years of umpiring slow pitch softball, the rare chance you get to ring someone up and you get to do the whole big glorious punch out.
Take full advantage.
Oh, you take full advantage. So I am sure it is very similar thinking for the offensive foul call.
And it's a great play by the defender there to put her body on the line and stop the basketball. I thought maybe her feet were still moving, but again, they don't pay me enough to officiate.
And this is where we'll give credit to the fact that we are way far away here in the upper deck. So long rebound, still being battered around, and Clarke's able to come up with it. Good hustle from Clarke. They were just a step faster than the Pioneers on that long rebound. Pioneers have to try and capitalize. Oh no, lost. 3 on the way. No good. Kelchin gets the rebound. The ball gets knocked free. No one can come up with it. Now a foul on Trelshawn Smith. Boy, I don't know about that. And this is Coach Lewis's favorite official who's made these last 2 very questionable calls. Now Austenson's going to leave the floor. First foul on Smith.
I've been informed by the Pride faithful that the player taking the charge there is Cardi G.
Cardi G.
Little play on words with a Cardi B, I suppose. I see what you did there. Nothing gets past me.
Nope, you're good. That's something we need on future rosters. We need the real player name and then whatever nickname they might have.
Absolutely.
How many guys on your squad have nicknames?
Ones that I can say not at practice with the doors locked and closed.
I'm just asking for a number.
But probably, I'd say 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Oh, okay. I thought it would be more than that.
3 or 4 that are used consistently.
Okay. Scott. Another offensive foul call. You've got to be kidding on that one. And now Coach Lewis, I believe, has gotten a technical.
That was her third personal.
Or maybe not.
Just gave him a warning.
A warning, okay.
He was told to sit down, and he will abide by that, I believe.
Wow. That one was horrid, though. And I've always said, not just this game, I've said that offensive foul calls are the hardest call to make for an official. That one, he could not have been more wrong. So Clarke with it. 6-point lead, 3 on the way. No good, too strong. And good save attempt. A lot of hustle from Morgan Pitts, but no one at the other end of her pass to save it from going out of bounds. So a turnover on Clarke.
You know, we tell kids all the time that the 2 biggest momentum-changing plays in basketball are the dunk and the charge.
Yeah.
And those are big plays to swing momentum, and Clarke's taken 2 of them here. But I like the response from the Pioneers. They picked their energy up in response to the charge call.
Now Trelshawn Smith with it. Mackenzie Lowe sets a screen. The double team comes. And a travel called on Trelshawn Smith. She got tied up with with a defensive player. And her foot drug on her. And so a travel call on Trelshawn. Pioneers now are looking to throw on some backcourt pressure. See if they can get that trap. Nope, they're going to back it off. So now McDermott up the floor. Good defense by Ralston, denying the pass to the right side, so they come back to the left to Pitts. Pitt's going to work right, goes around a screen, comes back left, gets it to McDermott. McDermott isolating on Gonzalez, spins in the paint, dumps it off. Great look.
What a pass.
What a pass. That was a great look by Pitts.
I think that was Nicole McDermott, that dropped that pass off to Kelchin, but what a pass.
Was it? Oh, dangerous pass by the Pioneers. They're going to say last touch by Clarke, and the Pioneers fortunate on that one. Sargent was trying to find Ralston underneath, but that ball was in the air a long time, and a lot of defenders were able to get underneath it. Now, Sargent in the paint, dishes it all the way out to Smith. I think in a year or two, Sargent's going to spin and fire that one. Drive by Smith, and she is fouled. Culbertson going to be called for the personal? No. That is on Van Zeeland.
That's your second personal, 4th team foul.
So this is going to put Trelshawn Smith at the line, shooting 2. First shot on the way from Smith is good.
Yeah, and a really important play from your point guard here in Trelshawn Smith to get to the free throw line, get yourself a basket, but more importantly, give your team a chance to exhale and calm down. It's a 2-possession game. Handled a run from Clarke here and a couple questionable whistles, but it felt like such a big run from the Pride. They're getting a chance to go to the free throw line, and exhale is an important play.
Couldn't connect on the second one, so it's a 5-point lead for Clarke. We're under a minute remaining in the third quarter. And when you think about stopping runs and just kind of that leadership, this is where missing Michaela Gooch is big time for the Pioneers.
There's no question. She's the heartbeat of the team and an unbelievable point guard, a leader on the floor, and they've certainly missed her.
Now here's a shot missed, and a foul on Ralston. As Kelchin was falling to the deck, Ralston asking for an explanation on that particular call. Coach Lewis as well. I like the first half when the officials were just seen, not heard. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah, they've become a really big part of this third quarter.
Right.
And Anna Ralston with her 4th foul, Megan Scott sitting with 4 fouls. Even McKenna Hosty with 3, and all 3 of them questionable in my opinion. It's been a big swing of the third quarter compared to how they officiated the first half.
First shot up and good. Well, like you said, Hossy's 3 fouls were away from the ball.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, they didn't have anything to do with the play that was actually happening.
You almost never see that from a first-team all-conference player, especially a senior who's been in the league for years. I mean, interesting.
Second free throw is good. This is now the largest lead for the Pride at 7 points with 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Pioneers are going to have to try and find an answer quick, and here's another bullet entry pass off of Mackenzie Lowe's hands. Out of bounds it goes. It's going to go back to Clarke, and they've got all the time in the world here. 27 seconds left in the quarter. They can hold for last shot. They break the press. Now they're going to slow it down. Culbertson up top. Gets that into the hands of Pitts. Pitts now over to McDermott. McDermott picks up a dribble, so gets over to Van Zeeland. They're looking. Pioneers are playing good defense here. They go to Culbertson. Culbertson's going to drive baseline. 1 on the clock. Shot on the way. No good. Would have counted if it had gone in, but it did not. So at the end of 3, it is 36-29. Clarke University on top of the Pioneers. And so we're coming down to the final 10 minutes of this game. So what are you telling your team if you're in this situation, Coach?
You're just telling them to relax. They had a couple adverse calls and a couple unlucky bounces there, and a 7-point game in a game that's 29-36 feels more like a 15-point game. But it's really not. It's a 3-possession game, and you're just telling them to take a deep breath, exhale, let's execute one play at a time. You're right in the ball game. It's been a great game. You're just trying to get them to calm down a little bit.
There you go. What do we got in the chat room? Everyone having a good time?
People really liked Nicole McDermott's pass there.
That was a great pass.
Dive
that really
from
was.
Collie is what they're calling it.
I like it. Yeah, that was a great pass. Like I told Chad before the game, after 5 years, this very well might be my last MNU game, as my life might be taking me other directions. So If it is, it has been an absolute pleasure to call these games for the last 5 years. For any Pioneer fans out there, I want to say thank you to everyone who's listened and sent very, very supportive text. The Pioneer Sports Network or on Twitter. I've gotten a lot of very nice tweets and messages over the last few years and met a lot of really awesome parents. So if this is my swan song, A, I want the Pioneers to send me out on a victory. But B, thank you to everyone who has been supportive. That counts for the other squads too. I've had some really awesome opposing fans who have just liked the broadcast.
Yeah, I know I can speak for the men's team that our guys and parents and fans have all really appreciated your time here, and you've done a great job.
It's been fun. And I am actually a Pioneer alum, so I'll always have that. So now, after the opening shot was missed by Megan Scott, Clarke with their first chance here in the fourth quarter. Here's a shot, 14 feet out, banked home. That was an impressive shot. That was Mickles knocking it down for two. Pioneers going down low, an entry pass to Megan Scott. And that was a dangerous pass coming in from the backside. Was Morgan Pitts, and she was the last one to touch it on its way out of bounds.
Yes, it was. Pioneers fortunate to retain possession there. And, Jordan Gonzalez, just one field goal attempt in the first half. I'd love to see her get a little bit more involved in the offense, hopefully hit a couple shots from the outside here.
Hey, there's been a few times she's passed up what I thought were very open threes. Now here's another turnover in the Pioneers. Gonzalez was aiming for Sargent, but Scott couldn't decide if that was for her or not. Kind of made a half move towards it. 38-29, 9-point lead for Clarke. And the way that, oh boy, Hazy got wide open as she was able to just work around Ariel Sargent down there. And that's 2 points, and it's starting to get away from the Pioneers, down by 11. And Coach Lewis wants to talk things over. We've got a full timeout on the floor as there's 8:35 remaining in the ball game. 11-point lead for Clarke University, 40-29, in what's been still a very defensive game.
Yeah, excellent pass there from Tina Ubel as well.
It was.
Ubel probably playing that 4 position. A little bit of a 4-out 1-in look from Clarke, but probably a forward. You'd list her as almost 6 feet tall, and heck of a big-to-big pass there on the post entry.
Yeah, Clarke's passing game has really been impressive in this game. They've had a few highlight reel passings.
Yeah, and after 12 turnovers in that first half, they played a very clean third quarter. I can't even remember a turnover. I'm sure they had 1 or 2.
Certainly not the 12. This is by far our largest crowd of the year.
A lot of students in the upper deck.
Yep. Still nothing compared to what is usual during non-Rona times, but it's nice seeing people in here.
Yeah, no doubt.
I know we've already been over that a few times, but, still. So I just got word down from the bench. No matter who wins, we will leave the stream up for the net cutting ceremony. Right now it's looking like Clarke University, but we will leave it streaming no matter what. So if you are a Clarke fan, make sure that you stay tuned in at the end of the game. We'll get you the end of the game stats just real quick and then let you enjoy your victory if that is how it finishes up. So just keep your computer streaming, and we'll leave it on for the net cutting ceremony. Here's a block by Hazy. Whistle blown. Let's see who they're going to get for this one. Yeah, this is the official farthest away from the play who's making the call. I always love it when that happens. And he's going to call a personal foul on Culbertson for the Pride.
Is he calling that a shooting foul?
He's calling that a shooting foul.
Fortunate for the Pioneers, but a very late whistle.
Well, and he's the farthest guy from the ball.
And send Megan Scott, a really good free throw shooter, to the foul line. Cut this thing back into single digits if she can go 2 for 2.
Pioneers need it. Down by 11. First shot is good from Megan Scott. Second one coming up.
Maybe that'll spark some life back into the Pioneers here. Get Megan Scott going.
They need it.
Gets her into double digits. First for the Pioneers to do that. 11 points in the game for Megan.
9-point lead for the Pride. They with the ball. Boy, Hazy camped out in the paint. No call, though. And now here's a shot, up and good. A foul on Ariel Sargent. And look at which official it is.
Foul by number 30, Ariel
Coach
Sargent.
Lewis is going to have an absolute conniption fit at the end of this game.
First team foul.
Larry is going to need to run to the officials' locker room. And it's bad when I know the name of an official. But I've heard it said so many times after these calls.
Usually
Lordy.
the mark of a well-officiated game is that you didn't notice the officials.
Right. Couldn't even tell you what they looked like at the end of it. But Larry, come on. So the Pioneers now with the ball, trailing by 12. Looking for a spark, and boy, there's nobody who's got it right now. Megan Scott going to try. Drives, dishes it to Mackenzie Lowe. A lot of contact, but layup up and good on the left side.
From Megan Scott.
Lowe got bumped, but she was able to just absorb the contact and put it in on the left side. So Mackenzie Lowe now with 10 points in the ball game, double digits. 2 of them now for the Pioneers. Megan Scott and Mackenzie Lowe. The time is a-ticking, and these long offensive possessions by Clarke is not going to do the Pioneers any favors. Step back jumper on the way, good! And that was knocked down by Mickles.
Yeah, and you have to give Clarke some credit. They were very patient in the first quarter when they did not have a lead, and they've continued that, and they're patient here in the fourth as they've built that lead.
They are consistent. Gonzalez drives, but brings the ball out. Long pass to Sargent. Sargent to Trelshawn Smith. Smith with 12 on the shot clock is going to take the three. No good. Scott trying to get the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Scott. So with that, Anna Ralston's going to check back in. So that's 4 on Scott. Ralston coming in with 4. Just foul trouble all around for the Pioneer bigs.
Yeah, and that's a shot that we've seen Trelshawn Smith knock down with consistency in this conference tournament. And you can't hang your head and get discouraged about a miss. If you're generating good looks, you just got to keep putting them up with confidence and get right back into the game.
Now Clarke bringing it up the floor. 12-point lead. Bring it left side to Mickles. They're looking for Hazy underneath. Now they go high post. Trying to get it low post. Nope, Kelchin's going to drive. And Mackenzie Lowe sends that shot back from whence it came. The ball goes to Trelshawn Smith. Smith up the floor. Couldn't take advantage of the brief 5-on-4 break. The Pioneers going to run a weave up top. They got Gonzalez open for 3 on the way. No good. Mackenzie Lowe able to get the offensive rebound. She kicks the ball back out. Smith with it. Goes to Gonzalez. Now to Lowe. Lowe kicks it out. Trelshawn passed on the 3. Drives in the paint. She's bumped. So Trelshawn Smith's going to go to the line. Hazy helps her up.
Good possession from the Pioneers. Run a little secondary break action and got Jordan Gonzalez an open look. Get an offensive rebound and a post touch. And, then Trelshawn's able to tackle long closeout and get to the free throw line. It's good offense. Nice to see.
Trelshawn Smith at the line, shooting 2.
First free throw on the way. Looks too strong. Indeed it is. Hits the back iron and falls away. She's going to have one more. Smith's second free throw attempt. That one rattles home. 11-point lead. Trelshawn Smith throwing a little single-person backcourt pressure on. Now Gonzalez joins her in the backcourt. Maybe looking for a trap. Mickles is able to bring it across. So the Pioneers can fall back into their defense. Now the Pioneers look like they were trying to zone. Here's the drive. Wraparound pass. Hazy up and good for 2 points. Ralston just had to back off of her, not committing the 5th foul that would have ended her evening.
Now Hazy up to 12 points to lead the Pride.
Now they go down low. Mackenzie Lowe, oh boy. Had the shot she wanted, just too strong. Not able to knock it down. Rebounded by the Pride. Here they come, and again, slowing the pace, which they're just trying to get this last quarter to all zeros now. No point in getting in a track meet. Mackenzie Lowe was trying to force a tie-up, no call. So the possession stays alive for the Pride. Here's a drive along the baseline, kicks out. Mickles passes on the shot, 2-pointer along the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Kelchin, her follow, no good. Ralston able to come up with the rebound, throws it ahead to Gonzalez. Gonzalez heading up the left side of the floor. Gets it to Sargent. Sargent to Smith. Smith Passed on the 3. Driving baseline. Spins. Little floater. No good. Too strong. I see a lot happening in the chat room. Anything fun? Anything worth repeating? Or that we're allowed to?
No, a lot of people talking about the officials, which we've hit on that.
Yeah, we've hit on that. And now, foul's going to be called on Mackenzie Lowe. She and Kelchman got tangled up, and when a player hits the deck, I mean, there's got to be a foul on someone, right? So.
Yeah, got their feet tangled up there.
Yeah.
Unintentional, but certainly the right call.
Yeah, you got to call that foul. Hey, look, one foul we agree with.
Yeah, no doubt.
Megan Scott checks back in. Mackenzie Lowe gets a breather with 4 personals. Again, Ralston with 4, Scott with 4, Lowe with 4. Lydia Austinson is checked in as well. First free throw is good from, this is Kelchman at the line.
Yeah, and the 3 Pioneer bigs that play the most minutes, all with 4 fouls, and we can hit on the officiating, but also credit to Pride's post players. I mean, McKenna Haasey's drawn some fouls, Kelchman's drawn some fouls, Kaylee Van Zeeland's drawn a couple. I mean, physical team.
Yeah, and that zone is just working the magic on the defensive end for the Pride. Pioneers have not had an answer for it, at least not a consistent answer. Austinson with it, in the post to Ralston. Ralston didn't step out to receive the pass, goes to Scott. Scott's going to drive, tries to drop it off with Ralston. Ralston can't keep it alive. It goes off of her fingertips and out of bounds. And now a timeout called by Coach Lewis as he wants to talk things over. Just a 30-second timeout. He actually wanted to talk to a different official, and they're denying him that opportunity. How often do you see that? How often you can rag on Coach Lamar?
Yeah.
Not really. How often does he call a timeout not to talk to the players, but to speak to the official?
So Coach is infamous for going home with 5 timeouts in his back pocket. He doesn't call many. Right. But to be honest, I would say about 50-50. Half the time he calls a timeout because we've got something to talk about X and O Y's, and half the time he calls one because he's got a conversation he'd like to have.
I've definitely seen a few, and I think I've actually called him out on air about it. Yeah, when he calls a timeout and he doesn't look at a single player and he is laser locked on an official, I know that this has nothing to do with X's and O's in a huddle. I guess that's where you get to take over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I spend about the first 30 seconds of that full timeout trying to get Coach to calm down, and then I spend the next 30 seconds talking to our team. So.
We got 4:12 remaining in the ball game. A rather convincing lead right now for Clarke, 15 points, 49-34. Pioneers did well in the first half, but boy, they just hit a roadblock here in the second. And now a foul's going to be called on Trelshawn Smith. Stop me if you've heard this before, but a foul call. As the officials have found their whistles here in the second half of action.
Yeah, and I know you hit on it earlier, but I think we're really seeing the missed presence of Michaela Gooch.
Yes.
When things start to go awry, not having your senior captain, leader, 4-year starting point guard out there, which, Michaela was able to play the first time these two teams met in a great ball game early in the year, and, her presence is so important.
Oh, wow. Now that right there is how the night's going. Did you see that? That's how the night's going. An entry pass, Anna Ralston bats it away, and it goes in the hoop. That is the evening for the Pioneers right there.
That's where, if you're number 22, Emma Kelchin, you raise your hand to let the scorers table know that's your basket.
Right, yeah, that was me. That was me.
I think Anna did touch it last.
Oh, she did. She batted it right in their own basket. Oh, boy. Do they still do the ESPN not top 10?
Oh, they have to.
I have a nomination. And again, I'm not faulting Ralston at all. She was trying to knock away an entry pass.
No, just unlucky.
Yeah, that's just unlucky and unfortunate. Down to 9 on the shot clock are the Pride. Nichols, good pass. Now they get in the paint. They go over to Kelchin. Layup up and good on the right side. Jordan Gonzalez got stuck on Kelchin, and there was absolutely nada she was going to do about that one. And if you look at the Pioneers on the floor right now, the leader is Scott with 11 points. 11, 7, 0, 0, and 2. So offense has just been hard to come by for the Pioneers. Now Scott's going to take a jumper. Big bounce off the glass. Ralston still fighting hard, but not able to come up with it. And now she's going to hustle back for defense. We have 2.5 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, held to just 34. This is a team that in the first round of the tournament just 5 days ago scores well over 100.
They did, yeah. They were all over their opening round matchup. And again, since, let's be honest, it looks like Clarke is going to take this. Again, Clarke fans, we're going to leave everything streaming so that you can watch the net cutting down ceremony. So don't turn off your computer at the conclusion of the ball game. Stay on and enjoy your moment. This is a Heart of America Athletic Conference title for the Clarke University Pride. Three-pointer by Trellshawn Smith, no good. Rebounded by Clarke. And right now, since both squads are tournament bound for the rest of this, for the national tournament, your only goal right now is to not get anybody hurt on either side. So everyone can play a little bit of loose defense, and let's just get this clock to all zeros. Kelton drives, her shot. Well, that she was fouled, and Anna Ralston's going to be called for her 5th and final foul of the evening. And so with that, Jalen Irvin is going to check in for the Pioneers.
Nice hand for Anna Ralston. Substitution for Pioneers, Jalen Irvin. Checking in Clarke, Skylar Culbertson.
Culbertson has come back on for the Pride. And Kelchin is at the line, shooting 2. First free throw up and good. Gonna have one more. If you remember, the Clarke, they came into tonight with only 2 losses, and the Pioneers gave them one, like the second or third game of the season. So that means they've rattled off almost an undefeated season since the very beginning. Yeah. And Clarke getting hot at the right time, heading into tournament action. Irvin with it for the Pioneers, working to her left, gets it to Trellshawn Smith, coming right. And now a pass taken away. Smith and Austinson not on the same page. Mickles comes up with the steal. And now Ubel has it. Gets it over to Pitts. Pitts kicks it out to Mickles. And ball being worked around the perimeter. They're halfway through the shot clock. There's a pass out to Culbertson. Gonzalez picks her up. Now down low to a cutting Mickles. And, whoa, boy, okay. From up here, that looked like a very nice block by Megan Scott. From official level, that was not a very nice block by Megan Scott. It would be a personal foul, and that is her 5th. So the second big to foul out for the Pioneers. Jordan Nachbar is going to check in and get her first activity of the evening, as we're all out of bigs to put in there anyway. Look out, Coach Lamar's on the move. He's right in front of you. He's going to come get you. Be ready.
Yeah, infamous for badgering the broadcaster mid-game, Coach Lamar.
Well, he was giving it to you a couple days ago. Good grief. Second free throw on the way. The first one was good. Second one, no good. And Nachbar chases down the rebound. Whistle blown. And that's going to be a timeout called by Coach Lewis as he wants to get a few fresh faces into the ball game. Rachel Siebold is going to check in.
Tell me if this is a first, Kyle, but
okay.
It looks to me that on the chat, we have just had a proposal. Someone has asked Skylar Culbertson to marry him.
What?
I don't know if he's bought a ring or not. I refuse to believe that.
I was hoping someone was going to ask me, but no, I guess not. Was there at least one goodbye 5-year broadcaster? Like one at all? Probably not. I saw a really long post after I said it. I thought it would be all the words to na 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 hey 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 goodbye.
I do see a hey 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 goodbye, but I think it was in reference to the scoreboard. And
no, that's more fitting of my time.
I think had the score been flipped the other way and the Pioneer faithful had a 21-point lead, you would have had a more engaging crowd.
Sure. Oh, that's funny. All right, Nachbar into the game. Siebold as well. Still Irvin, Gonzalez, and Austinson on the floor for the Pioneers. And we now are at 1 minute remaining, folks. 1 minute. Austinson with it. Going to drive. Dishes it out. Gonzalez, 3 on the way. Not going to hit anything. Goes to Irvin, though. Irvin with a shot underneath. It's up, and it's good. So Jalen Irvin comes up with the layup and the foul. She'll go to the line. Have one more coming up.
She's fouled by number 14, again, Amasi. That was her 4th. 13 foul.
Well, if you are a Pioneer faithful and you are still listening, if you'll notice at the bottom of your screen there's a little yellow box. You can hit that, or a little yellow money sign, I think it is, if you want to make a donation, we really enjoyed this free streaming service this year, but it does cost money for us to kind of keep it going. So if you want it next year, then please, feel free to donate if you feel inclined to do so. As the chat room and the streaming has been a lot of fun this year, so we'd love to keep it going. Austinson with the block on Hazy with 30 seconds left in the ball game. 56-37. It's Clarke just trying to get to the net cutting ceremony.
Hey, look at that, Kyle. Got a few people in here giving you a shout out.
Hey, all right.
Goodbye to the 5-year broadcaster. Great job. Good stuff tonight, MNU broadcast team. And,
Well,
Kyle's been fantastic for 5 years for us. We've been very appreciative to have him.
I've always wondered if you guys ever watched like the broadcast version of a game in your film sessions.
After wins, sure. After losses, you are muted, my friend.
I don't blame you. Let's see. I think this basket will count. Well, with 2 seconds left, they're going to deny the subs. With 2 seconds left, Larry's going to deny the subs for Clarke.
Unbelievable.
Look at this guy. He's not going to let in.
She's going to call a timeout so that she can sub her seniors out.
Absolutely she should.
No, of course she should. It's just hilarious that she had to.
That he won't allow. Okay, now he's going to allow it. Good Lord. There's the timeout call. Whoop. I keep knocking over.
We've hit on the great crowd upstairs tonight, but I think these few hundred folks, even including the ones who drove 7 hours from Dubuque, they came with the idea of watching Larry officiate.
Indeed they did, and they will not be disappointed in this game. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. As long as you're rooting for Larry, you're going home happy.
All said in jest, of course, and takes nothing away from a great performance.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Absolutely
they
not.
played fantastic.
If you haven't figured out that we're a little sarcastic by now, I don't know what to tell you. But here we go. Missed three-pointer by the Pioneers, and that's going to do it for the ball game. Your final score, Clarke University 58, the Pioneers 37. And congratulations to Clarke University, the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament champions. Well done, well-played game. Coming on the road, never easy, even during the Rona, especially after a 7-hour travel time. So let's see here. Oh, we're all the way up here. I don't know if stats are going to get to us. Probably not. So here's what we're going to do, Clarke fans. We're going to leave the cameras going. Please enjoy your ceremony. I am sure Clarke on their website will have the final stats of the game. We're not going to go over it. You guys enjoy. And thank you, everyone, for another great season here on the Pioneer Sports Network. I'm Kyle Walker for Nate Launis. Everybody have a great rest of your year. And, hey, enjoy. Good job, Clarke. Goodbye, Pioneers.
Congratulations to Clarke University for winning the Heart of America Conference Tournament, and congratulations to the Pioneers for winning the regular season championship. Both teams will be going on to the national tournament, so we wish them good luck. We thank you for the support of the Pioneers this year. Thanks for coming, and good night, everybody.
I'm just going to scroll up on the screen. That's all right. It's all good. All right, man. All right. Your last one? Yeah, if it was, hey, if they want to offer me like a lot more money, I'm not going to hold my breath on that. See you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.